sir. We're back, guys. We are back. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Guys, as you walk in, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Like always, thank you for tuning in to Chaos Culture Radio. It is the lovely Wednesday evening. King Jordan, what's cracking like? What's cracking like? And what is cracking like?
We back at it again. Let's do it.
Yeah, man, let's do it, man. Always, man. You got to get it popping like we always do. So let's go. Let's get it.
Like always, first thing first, shout out to everybody watching us all across the board: Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Make sure you follow. So very important for you guys to follow us so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to those right now watching us on Rumble and also X. You already know TikTok, Bingo Live. Thank you guys for always tuning in each and every time we go live. And don't forget to hit that love button over there on Bingo Live and also TikTok, man. We really do greatly appreciate you guys. But first thing first, it is Wednesday. It was very interesting last night when it came to aspect of the Lakers. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of sports news, big dog? What's happening?
Let's get into it. So LeBron James has finally returned to his 23rd season, which will be the longest in NBA history for an NBA player to play for 23 seasons, and he has eclipsed that. He had a good game yesterday. I think he had 12 points, 11 points and 12 assists. The Lakers did won a game, moving and grooving. And, it looks like, LeBron was very excited to come back and, be with the Lakers and play this, being the old man as he is, playing good basketball as we see. So we do have a clip of his post game, little post game talk. So go ahead, play the clip of his post game talk, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Like I always, shout out to No Chaser, first one in the building. Shout out to No Chaser, and also shout out to 75569, also watching us right now on Instagram. But we already got 70 people right now watching us on Bingo Live. Shout out to that guy watching us right now on TikTok. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that, folks.
Post practice, I can fit in with anybody. I don't even understand why that was even a question. What's wrong with these people out here? I can fit in right away with anybody. So, said it was yesterday's practice, post practice. I can fit in with anybody. I don't even understand why that was even a question. What's wrong with these people out here?
Go right ahead.
Yeah, so right now the Lakers, they're having a good win streak. They are currently 11-4. They're currently fourth in the West. And LeBron, he's trying to fit in and trying to make another a postseason push and possibly win a championship in LA. So I'm gonna talk to you, Ronnie, man. This is LeBron's 23rd season. So what is your expectation for LeBron, or also the expectation as the Lakers in general for this year?
I'm being honest. I think LeBron expectation this year is for him to be a facilitator. He's not going to do as much as he needs to, because remember he got Luka Doncic and also Austin Reeves. So them two together is doing extremely well without him, and also his son is playing well too as well. So I think this season alone, I think he's just going to come back and just be more of a facilitator. And you see how him being away for a while, he saw how the Lakers was doing good without him. So that's all he's gonna do. He's just gonna have that presence, but at the same time, if you ask me, the Lakers don't need LeBron right now. I'm being honest; they playing extremely well without him. So, him just coming back is just put a more caveat to their winning streak. Go ahead, I can.
Just like you say, man, he's more of a reserve player. Even though he's still playing at a high level, I do give him that credit. Lakers have been meeting their metrics, hitting their marks. We just see how this is. We'll see where they'll upset the season and win the championship. But most likely, I don't think they got it what it takes. There's too many dogs out here.
Yeah, man. It's interesting to see, Saban play for 23 years just to be very, very effective at his age and what he's doing right now. So, LeBron James is doing, we probably won't see this ever again. But it's good to see him play. Like Ronnie said, you know, he really don't have to do a lot because they got Luka, he's the number one option, and then you got Austin Reeves, who according to his scoring, he should be the second option in every day. And LeBron, he don't got to pull the load like he usually do with the Lakers when he had AD and everything, so he can really find his way through. Defend a little bit, assist a little bit, and to me, get down to the post a little bit, be towards the rim so he can score easy and everything. So I think, with the Lakers, they still need some more 3-point shooting in a way. Also continue to be better defensively. And if it goes well, they can go to the Western Conference Finals. I still, when it comes to still being the best team, oh no, it's still OKC. OKC, they are dogs right now. So if the Lakers play very, very well, they possibly might concede OKC in the Western Conference Finals this year.
Like that, shout out to the beautiful and lovely Evelyn Perez that's in the building. She says hi. And you already know No Changes in the building too as well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in each and every time we go live. But guys, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. So the Lakers will be fine. The Lakers will be fine. Now we're moving over. Yeah, guys already know we're moving over to money. Money makes the world go round. Money makes our pockets fat. People be saying, why I be rubbing my hand? Because that means money's coming my way. The first thing first, Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of financial news, big dog?
Let's get into it. Let's talk about some of the things that Saudi Arabia is doing, when it comes to investing into to America. So the Saudi prince has met with Trump in the White House. And, had good conversation. And, the Saudi prince is talking about pledging between 600 billion to almost $1 trillion to the U.S. in the next coming years. And, if you know about Saudi Arabia, they have piles and piles and piles of money. So we do have a clip of this conversation they had with Trump and the Saudi prince. Let's go ahead and play the clip. And after that, we'll jump it up.
I want to thank you because you've agreed to invest $600 billion into the United States. And because he's my friend, he might make it $1 trillion, but I'm going to have to work on him. But it's 600. We can count on 600 billion, but that number could go up a little bit higher. Yes, sir. I don't know. We'll see. But we appreciate it very much. So Saudi is going to be investing at least $600 billion. And that means investments in plants, in companies, money on Wall Street, and what it really means for everybody that really counts is jobs, a lot of jobs. We have a lot of jobs. So I just want to thank you. We've been really good friends for a long period of time. We've always been on the same side of every issue. I think we've done a great job in wiping out the nuclear capacity of Iran. Nobody else could have done that. No other president would have done it. We had the pilots in the Oval Office right here. We were celebrating a very successful attack. So I had them in with that beautiful B-2 bomber that's over there. And they said, sir, for 22 years, we practiced this attack. Our predecessors, these were very young guys, so 22 years, they said our predecessors and us practiced the attack on Iran. But no president ever gave us the go-ahead. 3 times a year they went out and they practiced the attack. Nobody let us do it until you came along, and I let them do it because it was the right thing to do. You can't have a nuclear Iran. And so we put you in a very good position. But I just want to say it's an honor to be your friend, and it's an honor that you're here. And if you'd like to say a few words, but thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. This relation has been a relation for about 9 decades, and we've been working together for a long time. But today it's a very important time in our history because there is also a lot of things that we're working on in the future. We believe in the future of the United States of America. We believe in what you're doing, Mr. President, really creating a lot of good things and good foundation to create more economic growth, more business in America. And it will also your work for the world peace. I believe, Mr. President, today and tomorrow we're going to announce that we are going to increase that $600 billion to almost $1 trillion of investment, real investment and real opportunity by details in many areas. and the agreement that we are signing today in many areas, in technology, in AI, in earth materials, magnet, etc., that will create a lot of investment opportunities.
So you are
all
doing
countries.
that now. You're saying to me now that the 600 billion will be 1 trillion.
Definitely, because what we are signing, it will facilitate that, and
I like
we
that
will
very
build on
much.
it.
Yeah, so it looks like in the next couple of years, having to deal with Saudi Arabia, they'll invest a lot of money in the U.S. So it's going to be do major wonders for a partnership when it comes to Saudi Arabia and the United States. So hearing this, Ronnie, man, what's your take on this?
It's here. I keep saying it. Y'all think it's a joke. The golden age is here. You know what I mean? When I keep saying the golden age is here, that means it's gonna be a good opportunity for people to invest in AI, invest in Wall Street, invest in home ownership. Everything is going just as people were talking about, just as the president said he was going to do. Is going to invest back into the economy. Now you got someone like powerful like Saudi Arabia, who is well known for having trillions of dollars due to the fact of their, you already know, the oils, the diamonds. We could go on and on and on about Saudi Arabia. And you already know what was Dubai, how they're gonna invest in a whole new soccer stadium that's gonna be on the high rises. So if you got people like them that's thinking on a higher level and they're investing $1 trillion into the U.S., Hakeem and Jordan, the golden age is here. We in it. Welcome everybody. Go ahead, Hakeem, your thoughts.
So, for me, the Saudis have always been in the back pocket of the U.S. Let's just get that. We buy oil from them. They give us this. So for them to invest 600 million is a game changer. I don't
No,
think no
600
other country.
billion.
Billion.
Oh,
Hakeem,
excuse me.
I'll say the
Excuse
golden age
me.
is here.
Excuse me. So let's be honest. No other country could have gotten that deal made. No other country. So the next 10 is going to look beautiful, but also remember, Saudi is investing in here, so they're going to make tons of money back from this investment. I wouldn't even be far-fetched to say they already got free visa to come here, to travel here on vacation.
Of course.
With that amount of money, their citizens are going to benefit as well.
Most definitely.
And people, if you ever got a chance to go to the Middle East, please visit Saudi Arabia, and you'll kind of see, how their economy is and everything. Because it's not just how the government investing. There's a lot of private companies that are they are investing in Saudi Arabia and everything. And I'm also glad to hear that for us, a U.S. state is giving. A country, Saudi Arabia is investing money to us, because we always hear how us the last couple of years how we give money to other countries and everything. And excited to hear that countries such as Saudi Arabia, which we have a great relationship with, is investing in us for going up to $1 trillion. So, hey man, let's keep making this great deals with Saudi Arabia, because the Middle East, especially Saudi Arabia, they making their money. And in the next 10, 15 years, people, I'm telling you, if you go to the Middle East, go to Saudi Arabia, you check out the economy, it's like a different world out there. I want to visit. I would love to go visit Saudi Arabia. Me and my family want on the next few years, something like that. So yeah, man, good news to hear.
And then people for the realize, if we go back and listen to what Trump is saying about the investment they're going to do in certain areas like Wall Street, AI, magnet, those are the things. Of course, you're not financial advisor. Always speak with a financial advisors. Those are the things you need to look for when it comes to aspect. Well, where should I put my money in the near future? Because those are the things that they're going to be investing in. Pay attention, folks. There's always money. There's always a green light between every conversation that the president and all these foreign people be having. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Like always, shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in on this lovely Wednesday evening. Jordan Hurdham's in the building. He even say 1 trillion. I thought that was a made-up number. I thought so too, but it is real. Yeah. And now that, like I keep saying, we in the golden age. It is here. Hip-hop Hip hop, hip hop, hip hop. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of hip hop news, big dog?
Let's talk about Nicki Minaj. So she made a big move for her, and she has to deliver a speech at the United Nations. She has called for actions to protect Christians in Nigeria. She's really big about that. What I'm saying says this isn't about taking sides. It's about standing up in the face of injustice. So let's hear from Nicki Minaj at the United Nations of the clip. Then after that, we'll chop it up.
Thank you, Ambassador Waltz, for this invitation. It is an honor to stand on this stage with you and the other distinguished speakers here today to shine a spotlight on the deadly threat faced by thousands of Christians in Nigeria. I would like to thank President Trump for prioritizing this issue and for his leadership on the global stage in calling for urgent action to defend Christians in Nigeria, to combat extremism, and to bring a stop to violence against those who simply want to exercise their natural right to freedom of religion or belief. I stand here as a proud New Yorker with a deep sense of gratitude that we live in a country where we can freely and safely worship God regardless of one's creed, background, or politics. No group should ever be persecuted for practicing their religion, like I recently stated on social media. And we don't have to share the same beliefs in order for us to respect each other. We're way beyond thinking or expecting or assuming for, the person sitting next to you to have the exact same beliefs. We're beyond that. That's ridiculous. But that shouldn't make one person feel less safe than anyone in any room. Music has taken me around the globe. I have seen how people, no matter their language, culture, or religion, come alive when they hear a song that touches their soul. Religious freedom means we all can sing our faith regardless of who we are, where we live, and what we believe. But today, faith is under attack in way too many places. In Nigeria, Christians are being targeted, driven from their homes, and killed. Churches have been burned. Families have been torn apart, and entire communities live in fear constantly, simply because of how they pray. Sadly, this problem is not only a growing problem in Nigeria, but also in so many other countries across the world, and it demands urgent action. And I want to be clear. Protecting Christians in Nigeria is not about taking sides or dividing people. It is about uniting humanity. Nigeria is a beautiful nation with deep faith traditions and lots of beautiful barbs that I can't wait to see. When one's church, mosque, or place of worship is destroyed, everyone's heart should break just a little bit. And the foundation of the United Nations, with its core mandate to ensure peace and security, should shake. I am joined here today by peace builders, by faith leaders, by those who saw violence, saw rising intolerance, saw the threats clearly before us, and chose not to look the other way. I am inspired by their work to build interfaith ties, to see the humanity across the lines which might divide us, and to fight for security and liberty for all those who pray. I look forward to our discussion today, and I hope it will encourage deepened solidarity for us to urgently work together to ensure every person can enjoy the right to believe, to worship, and to live in peace. Barbs, I know you're somewhere listening. I love you so very much. You have been the ultimate light in my life and career for so long. I appreciate you, and I want to make it very clear once again that this isn't about taking sides. This is about standing up in the face of injustice. It's about what I've always stood for my entire career, and I will continue to stand for that. For the rest of my life, I will care if anyone, anywhere, is being persecuted for their beliefs. Thank you.
Yeah, so they're both Nicki Minaj making this speech about what's going to happen in Nigeria. So I'm gonna start with you, Ronnie, man. Are you surprised that Nicki Minaj is taking this type of step with it go over to the United Nations to talk about what's going on in Nigeria?
Yes, I think she did a tremendous job, even when she did a speech about how important it is for us to stand with United States and the aspect of what's going on in Nigeria. Now, keeping in mind, I know they always say U.S. always invaded in other personal affairs, but this one right here is very serious. I don't think it's right for someone to be persecuted, deleted, or be taken off the face of the earth because of the aspect of they want to practice a certain religion. Now, I get it. Nigeria is a certain nation that practice under like radicalism, but not all of it, not all the time. Like people gotta feel like not everywhere in Nigeria is bad. It's just like a small section of the community that is bad, and that's the one they're trying to address. So President Trump already made it clear if Nigeria continue to do what they're doing, like that onslaught, and they're gonna take away the U.S. aid when it comes to certain things, and they're gonna be pretty much be suffering. And you know when the United States pulled back, other countries pulled back as well. But Nicki Minaj did a tremendous speech, and she made it clear she's not picking sides. She's doing what is right. At the end of the day, I always tell people it's not about being political here. It's about say, okay, what makes sense and what is the right things to do things. Go ahead, Akeem.
Thank you, brothers. You spoke so eloquently. But I want to come at this from a different angle, and I don't want to be insensitive. What about the Christians in Queens, New York? Aren't they being under siege by the gang members there? Now, we're not Nigerians, and I sympathize with them, and I know they got their thing going. They got people over there that can handle that. Black actors and entertainers always worrying about other stuff and not the shit at their home. What's up with Pontiac, Michigan, with Detroit, with Flint, with Chicago? I can't worry about Abuja and Lagos. So I don't want to be insensitive, but I think that our narrow focus, and I say, hey, I pray for those brothers. I pray for the people in Rwanda, in Congo. But there's issues here in Miami that I need to take care of, and in Haiti. Those are my own personal connections. So I do see what the United States is trying to do. We are meddling in the people's stuff, but there's some other stuff we're meddling into with them. What about the Yemeni people who are being oppressed? There's the B words being dropped over there, and they're Muslims. So I think we have selected outrage and selective help. So this no offense to Nikki. I pray for the Christians in Queens, New York. That's my take there.
Yeah, if you see what Nicki Minaj is doing, before that, remember she was going ham on everybody on Twitter and everything, and now I guess as she settled down, she's trying to help other people in different countries. Remember, if y'all forgot to mention that, remember, her hurricane happened in past in Jamaica. She has sent a bunch of things to help people in Jamaica. I think she donated food and all type of things as well. And now I think Nikki is looking at other areas of the world where she could talk and help out as well. Maybe trying to speak out what she kind of did a few months ago, going out everybody and everything, just showing her that I'm not a bad person. I am really a good person. I like to help people out that's in need when it comes to other countries and everything. I do agree with you, Hakeem, with that. Because
Yeah,
we see you have in other countries, but you are from Queens now, and I know you're from Trinidad too. But
yeah,
you was raised in Queens and everything, and we know other countries need help and our aid and everything because a lot of countries look at us as like, yo, we have the money, and we should send out some type of help to that and everything. And yeah, but yeah, other than that, Nikki's just she's in her phase where she's trying to help everybody out right now and kind of squeaky clean herself for what she said when in the past and went out on everybody. So I won't be surprised. First it was Jamaica, now it's Nigeria. So I won't be surprised. Look at another country trying to help out too. So because like I said, I think people try to forget about all the tweets that she said and say, hey, look at me, I'm trying to help out people and everything. I'm a good person, and that's what I'm trying to do.
And I heard that on shout out to Jordan Hurden. I was also in the building. Your brother, we brother on which he stand up for the Muslim in the same light. Probably so. If the Muslim right now is being persecuted or being deleted, I
yes,
think he will stand up. I think because she says it's not about picking side. It's about what is right. Hakeem do make a good point. You too, Jordan, as well of making sure that we have issue here in the United States we should be focusing on. But the United States is like the eagle. They're gonna go and help whoever needs them first thing first. And I think they use it as a good way to monopolize whatever they're trying to do. Why even come through too. Why even stated say black black Americans are being punished also. Of course. We've been punished when it comes to aspect of resources and other things, but that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But you know, it's hard because you want to do right by other people around the world because they are our brothers and sisters. But at the same time, we got so many issues going on here in the United States. I think their main focus should be here. And Trump always stated American first. So, but this is how things go. But we do pray for the people in Nigeria because they're not doing well right now. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Like always, shout out to everybody watching us all across the board, Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Make sure you follow. So very important for you guys to follow us so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to those right now watching us on Rumble and also X, Bingo Live, and TikTok. Thank you guys so very, very much for tuning in each and every time we go live. And don't forget to hit that love button. Love the screen if you really enjoy the content. Though you already know it's Wednesday, we got a lot of things to talk about. First thing first, what's going on, Jordan? What's going on with this pregnant woman getting kicked out of the hospital while in labor?
Yeah, so this went very viral today. About a pregnant woman. I believe she has been kicked out out of hospital. I believe this was in Indiana. She was in labor for like 6 hours and kicked her out, and she had delivered birth. Her truck and her husband was there delivering the birth. He had no type of experience, and they delivered a healthy child. But hearing this, and also we hear other stories as well. How there was another story that went viral of a woman. She was going into labor. The nurse was there, and they wasn't letting her see the doctor yet. So, but this story right here really took the cake right now. How we're seeing when black women, they go into labor, and sometimes they don't care, they get kicked out, and for this instance the husband had to deliver the baby. So with all being said, go ahead and play the clip, and after that we'll chop it up.
This morning, a Chicago woman is demanding answers from a hospital she says discharged her while she was in labor. 38-year-old Mercedes Wells says she was having contractions 1 minute apart and knew the baby was coming, but a nurse sent her home.
I was in excruciating pain. She seen me in pain and agony, and I guess she still perceived me to not be in labor.
The family sharing this video of Wells being wheeled out of the hospital. She then gave birth 8 minutes later in her truck on the side of the highway, her husband delivering their baby himself.
It's totally God's grace. I was scared. I didn't know what to do. I don't have any medical license or anything to deliver a baby.
Wells says she spent 6 hours at the hospital but never saw a doctor. She blames racial discrimination.
I was stripped of my dignity as a person because I was treated less than an animal.
Can we agree that a woman in active labor should not be sent away without first being seen by a doctor?
The CEO of Franciscan Health Crown Point Hospital responding, saying, "The video and the comments it has generated are deeply troubling, and we understand the concern this has raised. The video is just one part of the information we are reviewing as part of a thorough investigation into this alleged incident." The good news? The couple says their baby daughter, Alina, is healthy and doing well. The Wells say they're not seeking compensation. Instead, they want accountability and changes in hospital policy.
Yeah, man. Crazy story, y'all. But after hearing this, Running Man, what's your take on this?
Y'all might not like my take. I'm just being honest. First thing, my thing that always came to mind is, did they have insurance? Medical insurance, because remember, you gotta understand something. When you go to these hospitals, the first thing they always check is your medical insurance. Are you insured by your employers, or you got medical insurance outside of your employer? And if you don't have that, they're not gonna give you no assistance. And I think people that know, whoever work in the medical field, can tell you that they will send you behind home. That's what's happening here. And I think that's why she's not really seeking compensation, because a lot of people in the comments say, no, you need to sue. You need to seek compensation. If they really do deep dive, first thing they're going to realize she don't have no American. Hopefully that's not the case. I'm just hoping that's not the case. She don't have no, this is just me speculating. She don't have no medical insurance. And then if that's what's going on here, I think I'm down for everybody talking about let's do universal health care. We should just go ahead and get that over with. Because a lot of these people don't want that. They don't like what's going on with the aspect of the cover. And then you got to keep it in mind too, what's going on with the Affordable Care Act. That's another thing too that might play a part in that too. That some people had a Care Act and they got let go because of what's going on within this current administration. So luckily, prayerfully, that baby came out fine, but that could have been a really, really bad situation. And like you said, Jordan, she's not the only one that had the same incident. There was another woman in Dallas who had that incident that went viral too as well. Go ahead, Akeem.
We need to close down the hospital, fire everybody, strict them of their licenses, and send them up the road. Now, there's a law in the United States where they can't refuse anybody's service. You have to see somebody even if they don't have insurance. That's the beautiful thing about being an American. You'll get a high-ass bill, but you're supposed to be seen. But I know somebody who just recently had a baby and they was not turned away. In all actuality, sometimes they'll tell you to come in a day early or the early that day so they can monitor you. So for her to send a pregnant woman is very troubling. We need to get the name of the person who sent the lady away, strip her of her license, fire her, and make her go work at McDonald's.
But if she don't got no American insurance, because I know it depends on what hospital she went to. Let's say she went to one of those private hospitals, they're not going to serve her. I got a deep dive.
Listen, we got a deep dive on that because I was under the impression I've seen people walk in there and get service and get a bill signed. Everybody can get served. So
like them private hospitals, like that was I don't work in the medical field.
Oh yeah.
But like them private hospital, they're gonna send you. It depends on what hospital she went to. So, we'll see.
No, yeah, definitely.
And the thing about this, we saw this story early. Me and my wife was talking about this, and when it comes to like some certain hospitals, you can have insurance, but it also goes on what type of insurance that you have, because there are some hospitals don't accept your type of insurance. They can do what they can, and for instance, they won't serve you. They'll kick you out with this instance and everything. I remember one time, before my wife got my insurance, we was going to do a switch over. She had her own insurance that she was paying, and there was a hospital that we went to that was, kind of out of the ways, and we didn't like that. We didn't like the hospital we was going to, and also OBGYN we was going to. So I put her on my insurance, and we went to the UCLA a hospital and OBGYN. We got there late towards the end of her pregnancy, but they got us through and everything. And, like I said, we had really good insurance and they took that. So it did. Ronnie, you have a good point about not necessarily if she have insurance, what type of insurance that he have, because there are some hospitals, if you have difference between HMO or PPO, we got HMO and everything, some hospitals you probably got to pay majority out of pocket, and you got to pay this fee order to get served and everything. So it's really got to get into deep dive into that, because we are seeing constantly, we are seeing, not this one, another video going in Dallas that, when it comes to these women getting kicked out, what type of insurance they have and everything, because there are some hospitals, you got a certain type of insurance and you got to pay majority kick you out. That's a I think, seeing this and then our video like this and really discuss what's when it comes to women getting kicked out, when they would come to issues and also hospital issues, because this is a serious, and we see this more in the black, especially in our black women, because out of all the races, going to the hospitals, there's more a black woman, are really don't make it, when it comes to after the pregnancy and everything. So, but yeah, definitely need to talk about this. This is the perfect time to talk about this and really talk about when it comes to insurance, and also these hospitals, as why to do something like this. And this really has to change, because we don't even need to see anything like this. But fortunately, we are, and something has to change.
I'm being honest. I got it pulled up right here. Y'all can see it in front of the screen. It show you that this is coming from Google. Yes, a hospital can turn you away. They can. They can turn you away if it's a non-emergency. They can also turn you away if they don't have certain treatment there. They can turn you away.
Wow.
Lack of money.
Yeah.
Or lack of resources, and even if the person is being disruptive, they can turn you away. So.
And it's like this, I can't want to say this. If your insurance can pay 80% of it, they'll take you. If it's close to, like, if the insurance can pay 50 and 70, some hospitals be like, yeah, but if you can't pay under the 50%,
they're not gonna take you.
And they look at your insurance, they can pay you. If you pay under the 50% of the coverage, like what Ronnie said, there are some hospitals like, no, your claim is not enough, and we're gonna reject you. We gotta move somewhere else.
And it's sad, because we live in a world where we should care, especially when it comes to Africa. Black woman is the least concerned. You know what I mean? Especially in the United States. So they don't have that much, and they don't get enough resources. But they can turn you away. That what people, these viral videos could come on all the way. Nope. Even though the law say it has to be like a real life and death situation, they can go ahead and proceed. But labor is a life and death situation. But certain hospitals, especially if it's a private hospital, they could turn you away. Sad to say.
Because I know when it comes to jobs, make sure what type of, because because majority of you have PPO type of insurance, but if you have another type of insurance and the coverage that good, they can't reject you, which is a messed up thing about it.
Why has coming in? Why has say on Ronnie, the illegal immigrants get served? Why? You should know why. We're not even gonna talk about it. Thanks to Joe Biden. You know why? God, is it the man's fault for not having insurance on his wife or girlfriend? That's a question from Why High. Is it a man? Go ahead, guys. I can answer.
As a husband, I'm almost it. But the thing is I'm 50-50 on it, because stuff like this, y'all could talk about it and everything, about insurance and everything. So I don't have an answer for that one. For me, for me, I make sure my wife's on my insurance. My wife and my daughter's on my insurance. I make sure it's guaranteed. I have good insurance, so I'm on it. My wife and my daughter don't have to worry about nothing about that.
Go ahead, Hakeem. You gonna say something? Hakeem,
So it all depends on what type of job you got. Some people don't got good insurance. Sometimes the women always have the good insurance. She has a government job, and you on like state benefits. Most of your city job, like if you're a construction worker, what insurance you got? Unless you like a foreman or something. So I think it all depends on that too. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
why I say it's a man's fault. I don't think it's a man's fault either. I think it's both parties. Because if your girlfriend's working and they working at a certain employer, she should be well informed to know to get insurance. And
Yeah.
the same goes for the man. Jobs offer insurance, guys. Your job should offer insurance. Take the benefit. I know it's taken out of your check. You only got a certain amount of money, but take it, man. Your
But you don't have
job,
to pay the, like I
even if
said,
it's
you don't
20,
got to pay the
$30, just
premium.
take it.
You don't got to, right. When it comes to jobs, you do not have to pay the full premium. That's why, job that give insurance, you take it because, you're paying such a small amount of percentage to compare. Some people, they pay $200, $300, $400, $500 worth of insurance a month.
That's the ticket to Americans. We need more family instead of single parents. I do agree. We do need more family. I do agree, but that's not being promoted. Because more family mean more generational wealth. Less family mean more poverty and more suffering. Shout out to D that's also in the building. But we moving on to other good topic. Moving on to other trending news too. Jordan, what's going on with that singer Dave and the allegation of him might be deleting his girlfriend? Go ahead.
Yeah, so we had talked about this a couple months ago, and we've been moving on it. We first talked about when we heard about a teen girl was found deceased in a Tesla, and we found out who did it, and we found out that David he was the founder of his Tesla. And at that time, a couple months ago, they was looking at at him as a suspect. Now the police are doing a really serious investigation, and now they're reporting that David is now a suspect in the investigation of the teen girl who was found in the car deceased. So go ahead, Ronnie, play the clip, and I'll never chop it up.
Breaking news in the case of Celeste Rivas, the 15-year-old girl who was found dead inside the front trunk of a Tesla belonging to singer David. According to TMZ, investigators are now looking at the singer, whose real name is David Anthony Burke, as a suspect and have deemed Rivas's death a homicide. Rivas was reported missing from Lake Elsinore back in April of 2024. Her body was then found inside the Tesla in September of this year while the car was parked in a Hollywood tow yard. It's believed her body was inside the vehicle for several weeks. The LAPD has not confirmed any new details to KTLA, and the LA County Medical Examiner's Office has not yet determined an official cause or manner of death. Toxicology results are still pending.
Yeah, so like I said, this has been going on for a couple of months now. I remember the first story came out, and we saw that her and David was actually dating. He was dating a young girl and everything. A lot of people say he should be the prime suspect, and now the police are looking at him as being a prime suspect when it comes to her being deceased, when it comes to her inside the Tesla. So, going to you, Ronnie, man. We have looked at this before, and now they're looking at him as David as their suspect. So, do you feel like the police was really taking too long to put him as a suspect?
Yes, I think they were taking way too long. Remember the evidence there. Remember, keeping in mind that's his car, that's his trunk. Boom. And remember, and people fail to realize the boyfriend will always be the number one prime suspect. Always be the number one prime suspect. The husband or boyfriend doesn't matter. If your wife get deleted or your girlfriend get deleted, they're coming for you first. And for the LAPD, they didn't go for him first was very, very well alarming because I didn't understand why you didn't go with him first. He should be a primary suspect because remember, she was with him in the live stream. She was with him on a date. Everybody knew that they was dating, even though she was underage. Just keep that in mind. So something must have happened. I think he panicked, or they probably was gonna break up. Who knows how things go by? But I won't be surprised that uh he's gonna come out and be like, hey, I panic or whatever the case may be. But very, very sad, man. Sad incident. But this happens all the time. Go ahead, I can't.
I have found this situation so disgusting. And just like you, I was one. You know, man, I always say it has to be the boyfriend or something, and it's like far too long and too late. Why they couldn't win and save this girl? The family probably, and I'm not going to blame the family, but imagine this, Ron. If this was our little sister or our little niece or something, if it's a day missing and we already got an indication who, we already attacking that. Like we're not waiting. Like we taking matters into our own hand. We blitzing and all this. So praying for that girl, but it's a real issue. These older guys preying on these young women. And look what happened. Like, so people, you like go through your kids' phone, go through their records, check their roadblocks. Like it's serious out here.
Yeah, and yeah, man, this like I said, I've been looking at this story because it's happening in my neck of the woods, Los Angeles. I believe she's from oh, God, what city, but it's a city like 45 minutes where I used to live at and everything. And you know, she used to be with David up in the valley and everything. And it's yeah, this was just weird. And then once we found out that we first talked about the story and everything, and then we was looking at the suspect, we was looking at David. You know, we there was, if you look at his TikTok and stuff, you know, he used to like leaves like type of clues like something sketchy, like you know, kind of at him. It's like yo, you know, strange and deranged thing, and you know, and it should be, you know, if you know, it's just like he was giving kind of clues, like he did it and everything. So, but yeah, the police took too long up for him being the prime suspect because if you look like the last person she was dating, and Ronnie said it, you know, his car was in his name. I mean, I mean, I mean, it's plain and simple right there. So,
Yep.
but if, like I said, I believe like this type of story, if he's found that he did it and he's guilty of this and everything, I think this step would be some type of documentary we'll see on Hulu or Netflix, something like that. Because after this feels like, you know, this type of singer, TikTok, this type of guy, TikTok, it's like he wants to be famous somehow. Of something weird like this and insane like this and everything. So I wouldn't, if like I say, if he, like I say, if they charge him, I would not be surprised. And you know, if they charge him, you know, he should do life because you know you're dating an underage woman, and we don't know how she passed, but you know, if you found out if he did it and everything, yeah, man, he should have gone to jail because he's a weird guy, and this is just weird.
No, but and also some other sources are saying that he's not even cooperating with the authorities. So what did that tell you? He's not cooperating with the
Goofy
authorities.
ass look guilty.
Makes him look guilty. Exactly. Main topic on today's show, so people already know the House passes for the release of all the Epstein's file, and now it's heading to Donald Trump desk. Will he sign it? Go ahead, Jordan. What's going on with that?
So we talked about this for months now. You know, we at first we said, you know, the Epstein files will never come out. We will never this will never come out. But it has come to, as we speak right now, that Trump can actually release the Epstein file. It's just passed in the House. It's just passed in the Senate, and he can have okay. So to release files of signing on the document, and it would be released. So never thought this day would come, but he might sign it through. So go ahead and already play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
This morning, the bill ordering the Justice Department to release its files on sex offender Jeffrey Epstein will soon be on President Trump's desk after the House passed the bill nearly unanimously.
The yeas are 427, The nays are 1.
Only one lawmaker voted no, Republican Clay Higgins, who voiced concern about the privacy of the victims and people mentioned in the files who have not been criminally implicated. Higgins writing, if enacted in its current form, this type of broad reveal of criminal investigative files released to a rabid media will absolutely result in innocent people being hurt. As that vote unfolded, survivors of Jeffrey Epstein's abuse watching from above, celebrating. The Senate then approving the measure almost instantly.
Without objection, so ordered.
Senate has now passed.
President Trump had fought for weeks to prevent a vote on releasing the files. Just last Friday, responding this way to a female reporter on Air Force One who asked about the case. Appearing to call her Piggy. Yesterday's vote to release the files coming as the president made another controversial move, welcoming Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman to the White House and praising his human rights record.
I'm very proud of the job he's done. What he's done is incredible in terms of human rights and everything else.
The CIA during President Trump's first term determined it was the Crown Prince who orchestrated the murder and dismemberment of Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Our Mary Bruce asking this.
Your Royal Highness, the U.S. intelligence concluded that you orchestrated the brutal murder of a journalist. 9/11 families are furious that you are here in the Oval Office. Why should Americans trust you? And the same to you, Mr. President.
Now, who are you with?
I'm with ABC News, sir.
Trump interjecting.
You're mentioning somebody that was extremely controversial. A lot of people didn't like that gentleman that you're talking about. Whether you like him or didn't like him, things happen. But he knew nothing about it, and we can leave it at that. You don't have to embarrass our guest by asking a question like
Then
that.
the prince, who rarely speaks to the media, answered.
It's really painful to hear anyone that been losing his life for no real purpose. It's painful and it's a huge mistake, and we are doing our best that this doesn't happen again.
The Crown Prince also addressing the September 11th attacks, blaming Osama bin Laden for trying to destroy relations with the U.S., which the Crown Prince said he's trying to strengthen. Trump hosting the Crown Prince at a dinner last night, attended by Elon Musk, Tim Cook, and soccer star Cristiano Ronaldo. Trump announcing a defense agreement with Saudi Arabia and touting a now $1 trillion commitment by the Saudis to invest in the U.S. The president also responded to questions about a possible conflict of interest with his family doing business in Saudi Arabia, but he dismissed that concern, insisting he has nothing to do with the family business.
Yeah, so going to the Epstein's file, it just seemed too good to be true. But I want to hear from you guys. Ronnie, man, do you feel like this is too good to be true? Do you feel like there's something weird's going on? But what you feel about this? Because he might sign it.
I'm being honest with you, like Trump stated, he ain't got nothing to hide. I think he's gonna go ahead and sign it. He's gonna just go ahead and pass it to law. But my thing is, first, there is some wounds that you just don't wanna uncover. You wanna leave it band-aid, because think about it, everything's gonna be released. So whoever was at, keep in mind, whoever was at those parties, it might be one of your favorite politicians, one of your favorite rappers, one of your favorite entertainers, one of your favorite models was at those parties. So it's going to be a very, very ugly thing to see. And I think, if you ask me, should it be released? Yes, go ahead. Because they released the Martin Luther King one. So go ahead, release it. And then whoever want to review it and want to consume all that content, go right ahead. But for me, I won't be reading it. I'm just going to listen to other people take. And I think it's going to be a sad day in America, because a lot of stuff is going to come on out. Man, that's crazy. And not only that, but with that party, Jordan Hakeem, I think it's crazy. I thought him and Elon Musk ain't friends, right? Go ahead, I can't stand politicians, man. Go ahead. Did Hakeem step away? Yeah.
No. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah. We're never gonna see these files, bro. They've been playing games from the get-go. Like, I don't even care anymore what that white boy did. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't wait into 5 years, we're gonna wait another 10 years. Like, come on, man. Like, we got other shit pressing than worrying about what these people was doing on some private island. Y'all leave it like that.
Yeah, so at first Donald Trump saying, he's ducking and dodging, avoiding it and everything, and now, he's more he's more cool about having it come out and everything, and he might sign a bill, in the next couple of days or so. So I don't know. It just feels funny. I just feel like if he signs it, I don't know if on the files, they gonna squeaky clean some of it like that. It just some don't feel right about it because like I said, at first I thought these files were never gonna come out. And the Democrats has been pressing and pressing and pressing and pressing, leaking here, leaking this, leaking emails about him, Trump, Epstein files, all that type of thing. So for the Democrats, they want this out so bad and everything, and they put it in his face that they could do it and everything, and Trump might do it, but if Trump does sign it, I just feel like something they're gonna clean it up, some clean stuff on the files and everything. I just have a personal feeling because I know they have the power to do it, but we'll just see if Trump signs it. If Trump signs it, and we can see what's up. We'll just see. We'll just see if he signs it or not. That's all I'm gonna say. But I never thought to this day that that it would go to this far that Trump will actually sign the Epstein files. But at first he was, like I said, now he's more lenient that he doesn't care if it comes out, it comes out. So yeah, man, we'll see.
Yeah, and I think one of Epstein's family members said the same thing you were saying, Jordan. They might clean it up, polish it a little bit. It's not gonna be the whole thing. It's gonna be certain stuff taken out of it. And why I say is the tax dollars is waste on the Epstein false. Of course, they're doing a lot of news coverage. Who you think is paying for that? The American tax dollars. Come on now. We know this. But Trump is going to sign it. Trust me, he's going to sign it. He's going to feel like, you see, I told you guys, it was all a hoax. I wasn't hiding anything. Moving along to other trending news, Jordan, what's going on with this 7-Eleven clerk was fired after shooting a man who tried to give her a counterfeit bill.
Yeah. So a 7-Eleven clerk was fired for shooting at a man who trying to. Oh my God, what's on my phone tripping. For shooting a man. Oh my God, phone's tripping.
Yeah, your phone keep calling.
Yeah, hold on, my bad. Let me turn it off. Yeah, so a woman was fired for shooting a man who was trying to strangle her over for a $100 bill counterfeit. So we do have a clip. So go ahead, everybody, play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Hilliard says 7-Eleven corporate called her today and fired her for using her own gun in self-defense. They say it's against company policy. She says she's lucky to be alive. 25-year-old Stephanie Dilliard was a 7-Eleven clerk who faced terror after she says a man tried to strangle her after she refused a counterfeit $100 bill for burritos, beef sticks, and ice cream. It happened Thursday, just before midnight.
He threatened me, said that he was going to slice my head off, and then that's when I tried to call the police. Realized he started throwing things at me, came behind the counter. I tried to run off, but he grabbed his hands around my neck and pushed me out of the counter space. That's when I pulled out my gun and I shot him.
Police say the suspect, 59-year-old Kenneth Thompson, ran to MacArthur Boulevard and Northwest 34th Street and called 911. Good evening. Now, Stephanie Dilliard. Police say Dilliard is protected under Oklahoma's self-defense law, but she says 7-Eleven Human Resources fired her Monday morning for using her own gun.
Said that they were going to separate from employment because of a violation policy.
Dilliard says she was working by herself from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. for more than 2 years. On Monday, she still had a scratch on her neck and burns on her finger from firing the pistol.
This was a situation where I felt like I was put in a corner between choosing between my job and my life. And I'm always going to choose my life because there's people that depend on me. I'm going home. That's my goal. I need to be here for my kids.
Thompson was arrested at the hospital and charged with assault and battery, threatening acts of violence, trying to pass a fake bill, and a felony warrant for violating parole. Police say Dilliard is protected.
Yeah, unfortunately, she lost her job, but she was trying to save her life and she did the right thing. So go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take on this?
I'm not a real fan of always suing everyone, but this one right here, she deserved to sue. Because remember, because they got cameras. And keeping in mind, she is a woman by herself working out at 7-Eleven at night. 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. That's late night. And them crazy people come out at night. Everybody knows this. But for her to do what she did, salute. I'm not mad. I'm glad she shot him. You know what I mean? And 7-Eleven need to do better. I know right now because of certain acts they don't have like security at night. But this is why security is very, very important at night. And remember, you never know, but that guy was probably watching her the whole time and say, okay, this is my best time to act because I know she's gonna be the only person there at night. Ladies, man, the night shift is dangerous, man. But 7-Eleven got to do better on the aspect of they need to hire more people, especially at the night shift, especially some men. Go ahead, Hakeem. I'm glad she shot him.
People who worked in retail stores, which is me, there is company policy no matter where you're not allowed to have a firearm. And there's liability and insurance reasons for those particular reasons. And for you to be hired to have a firearm, you need special licenses and stuff like that. So there's stuff like that where she alone inside of a store, you need to be a licensed security guard to have a firearm at the store. Not only that though, it just financially doesn't make sense to hire a security guard at a 7-Eleven because their payroll would be much. Average 7-Eleven, what makes in a shift, what, $3,000-$4,000? If you got a gas station, maybe a little bit more, and you got to pay a security guard $19 an hour. So her having a fire, I don't.
Go ahead, Hakeem. You lagging. You lagging where you're at. You lagging. Go ahead, Jordan. We lost Hakeem. Jordan, you muted.
Yeah, there we go. So a lot of people don't know here in the Los Angeles, a lot of 7-Elevens out here, and well, I'll say all over. It goes down late at night. It'll be some crazy things going out in 7-Eleven. Unfortunately, happened to this woman, and she could have lost her life and everything. And unfortunately, she had an old gun, which cost her her job and everything. So. I just feel like, women, at 7-Elevens, they should be working at night, and the thing is, at certain 7-Elevens, they'll only let, one people work there, okay. Yeah, they only let one person work at night. Usually, not even usually. A lot of these gas stations or late night stores usually have one person working and everything, man or woman, and it kind of leaves you vulnerable in a way. If you don't have a weapon or if you have a security guard and everything. So, I think 7-Eleven, and certainly, if they can't afford a security guard, have somebody working in the shift, maybe somebody they might work a complete shift, have somebody come in for like 4 to 11, and then somebody come in somebody come in around midnight, and then maybe 2 hours later somebody else can come in so you can work it together and everything. Because to me, if you work by yourself at a gas station or a 7-Eleven at night, man, and you kind of vulnerable in a way, I'm telling you, man, it could be some crazy stuff. Some crazy people come in there try to rob you, trying to do some crazy things, and it just goes down. But firstly, for the woman, she'll be okay. She'll find another job and everything. But other than that, she protect herself. She protect her life. She lost her job, but she'll find another job. She'll be okay.
Moving on to other trending news. No, Hakeem, are you done with your take? Because I know you was coming off. Hakeem, you done with your take?
Yo.
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
No. Yeah. So what I'm saying is I didn't agree with her having a firearm because it costs money just to hire somebody on a location with a firearm. I'm gonna land right there.
Moving on to other trending news. Jordan, what's going on with this Chicago woman being jumped by middle schoolers? You muted.
This went big viral. So Chicago mother and her son was jumped by a bunch of gang of elementary school students as they was walking home. It was attack reportedly left her. The attack reportedly left her in really, really bad condition. And luckily, nothing very seriously or losing their lives, but We do have a clip. So go ahead, play the clip, and then after that, we'll chop it up.
Kamira. She is one of the children that, as we are.
Dozens of people came out to support a Southside mom and her son after a video of them being attacked went viral.
That's crazy. Kids is fighting adults. Where's the parents at? Why are they being accountable for it?
Video shared tens of thousands of times on Facebook shows the attack. You can see the woman being punched and eventually falling to the ground, where the assault turns even more violent. We've frozen the video here because it's too graphic after this point. We also blurred the faces of the people involved because they're minors and no charges have been filed. The woman's family was among those at Bright Elementary School. They allege the woman's son has been bullied for 2 years. And yesterday, as the woman walked her kids home from school, the teens turned on the mom.
It's an outrage, and I just feel like we got to do better as parents, maybe community, maybe as the school, and this could have been prevented if, you know, if the school would have helped out more, the principal would have stepped up.
Justice still needs to be done. Something needs to be done to the kids that jumped on them. You know,
dozens of people came out to support a Southside mom and her son after a video of them.
Gonna speak because she's a child. What grade are you in, Kamira?
8th.
She's in 8th grade.
What grades do you get? A's and B's, and I was homecoming queen. I'm the captain of the cheerleading team.
And you know that.
And I know I'm a better person than what I was yesterday. And I can make a difference.
And you will make a difference, right?
I will make a difference.
As we are gonna.
That's it, Robbie. You can stop it there. She was one of the kids who got involved into attacking the mom and the son, and you know she also apologized for what happened and everything. But yeah, man, it's crazy that you know you're as a student as your mom, you get jumped and you know of a big gang and for whatever reason it is, and it's you know kind of sad to hear. But go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take on it?
These kids are little demons. I'm sorry to say, you know, it plays a part of the fathers not being in the home, don't form a discipline. The one that's raising these women are women. Raising these kids are women. They the one that's doing it. And people, you gotta keep in mind, women can't do everything. I always tell people, women can't raise no boys. They just can't. You know, they too emotional. They got too much stuff going on. That's why you need a man there. Now, I understand the girl aspect of things is, to me, I think it's a woman's job. But these kids are little demons, and charges should supposed to be made because, keeping in mind, Jordan, that woman was pregnant. They kicked her. She was pregnant, guys. She was pregnant. So I don't feel no remorse for these kids. I'm sorry. I love the kids, but these kids are little demons, and they need some form of accountability. Because if not, if they get a slap on the wrist, they're gonna think it's okay, and we're gonna continue to do it again. And the number one thing I always tell people, I hate bullies. I hate bullies. I hate bullies with a passion. I hate them. I hate them. These kids are demons, and they should. Chicago need to do better. Like, come on, Chicago. Let's get these kids around them, and let's get some charges going on. If you don't want to charge them, charge the parents. Go ahead, Akeem.
I'm like you. I hate bullies too, and I didn't like the fact that they jump on them people.
Mm-hmm.
We at an age where we need to be strict, and people need to learn lessons. If you wanna jump, if you wanna be a gang member, we sending you straight to prison.
Facts.
Them kids need to be expelled from school and shipped away, packaged up like sardines and sent away. I land right there.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. I remember that show Beyond Scared Straight, when they showed on A&E where they scanned back kids to jail and everything. They need to do the same stuff like that. They need to do the same thing with these kids and put them in jail. They need to put them in there for like a week or two so they can learn their lesson, because there's no way you jump a woman and a son and do these bad things and really hurting these people like that. This is beyond disgusting. So yeah, man, these kids need to be in jail for 2 weeks and so, and a lot of these, and they need to be scared straight, because this can't be allowed. This can't be allowed at school grounds and attacking a woman and a son. Yeah, these kids need to be dealt with immediately.
And people try to realize this is our future, guys. this is our future. This is our future. So if they run a while like this, imagine when you're gone. Moving on to the last topic on today's show, Jordan, what's going on with a tragic death over here in South Florida?
Yeah, so this coming out of South Florida. So TikTok star who died at 21 as her boyfriend is arrested for first-degree murder charges, and shot her in the car, left. He was got caught in the scene, and we do have a clip, but hearing this story, man, it's very, very tragic. So go ahead, Ronnie, play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Viewer discussion do be advised.
Year-old Maurice Harrison, known online as Girl-a-la, seen here in one of her TikTok videos with her boyfriend, 25-year-old Shanoid White Jr. Harrison is a transgender influencer and a popular hairstylist, described by family as having a bright future ahead of her. White Jr. was a former defensive lineman at Bethune-Cookman.
I'm finding probable cause, and I'm going to keep the no bond hold on Mr. White.
But Sunday was behind bars, facing charges of premeditated and first-degree murder with a firearm after being accused of killing Girl-a-la. Broward County Sheriff's Office says around 7 p.m. Friday night at the 3300 block of Northwest 37th Street in Lauderdale Lakes, they found Girl-a-la in the front passenger seat of a car with multiple gunshot wounds. NBC6 obtained this exclusive video showing White Jr. stepping out of his car, going to the passenger side and putting Girl-a-la, who he already had shot, back in the car. She was taken to Broward Health Medical Center, where she died. Investigators say the couple of many years got into a verbal argument, which turned physical while inside of White Jr.'s car. Users and fans across social media finding old videos that hint to signs of a tumultuous relationship like this one.
We always throw down.
Where Girl-a-la is seen with a cut on her nose and under her eye, claiming they always fight. Now her family is just asking for prayers and time to heal. 21.
Yeah, man, this very, very sad, tragic story right now. But go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take on this?
Now, people fail to realize that this is a guy. So it was two men going at it with each other. Unfortunately, the guy named White, nobody knew who he was. They knew who the other person was because he was a famous TikTok star, especially over here in South Florida. I never heard of the couple. I'm being honest, this is my first time hearing about him. But there's someone who I do follow, did coverage on this story a lot on YouTube, and she talked about how they was always going at it, and people saw it. And people saw it was like another Blueface and Krishan Ross situation, so they find it to be very, very entertaining. I don't think domestic violence to me is not very entertaining. I think it's very dangerous. And the video did come out, of the full video. You can actually see it. We're not gonna play it here, but the video did come out. It came out on X and showing that his body was really left on hanging, and he put the body right back in the car. It's sad, folks. We live in a day and age where people are really becoming hardened and they think domestic violence is very entertaining, which I think is not. Go ahead, Akeem.
So I know a little bit about the situation, domestic violence average, and that young man did shoot her before. This is not the first time. Yeah, he grazed on the last shooting incident. He had grazed in the bullet. But here was the troubling thing was, he came out with Girl-a-la, like coming out as gay. Correct. And there was an audio that he said that, he can't stand her. He said no other woman gonna ever want me again because him coming out being gay. But then there was another video where he was trying to say that he wasn't gay, that he was just trans attracted. I don't know what that means. You know what I mean? So now, all that aggression and stuff like that, he took that out on her. But the funny thing is they have been fighting back and forth. He pulled up to the house and she went right in the car with him. I don't think he knew what this. She already knew this man was crazy, but rest in peace to her.
Yeah, listen, it sounded like this relationship was very, very toxic. So toxic that, somebody lost their life and everything. So yeah, man, it's sad to hear. We hear, when it comes to relationships, gay, straight, whatever, that, it gets too extreme, but you got to take somebody's life. when it comes to this type of relationship and everything. So, our prayers go out to to the family who who lost a loved one like this. There's people, man. If you be in a relationship, toxic relationship, just let it go the way, because when you start hitting, it can escalate, and escalate, and we see here it could escalate so much that a life was lost. So yeah, man, just hopefully people can see this, and in a relationship like this, please leave and do not look back, because if you keep continue with the toxic relationship, it can really keep building and it can end somebody's life.
And keeping in mind, because people are wondering what happened to her. Did he have a father in his life? And he did. And I want to play the clip with the father actually respond to his son being deleted.
You know what I'm saying? This is my second son. I done lost. You know what I'm saying? This is my second son. I done lost. I'm asking them to let me out before I just let me out. I just lost my second son. Just let me out the hospital before I just let me out, man. Right here.
So just keeping in mind, he lost 2 sons. It's sad. 2 sons. This is our community, guys. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit the notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, shout out to the beautiful and the lovely Tequila that's in the building. Shout out to Tequila. She said, hi, guys. How's it going? Shout out to Waha, who also was in the building. He said, 7-Eleven needs AI as a stir. Waha, it's funny, but I believe that was going to happen. It's funny, Waha, but I believe that is going to happen. Shout out to the beautiful and the lovely Evelyn Perez that's also in the building. Shout out to Dee that was also in the building too. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Shout out to Jonah Hurdle was also in the building. Shout out to the 70 people right now watching us on TikTok. Shout out to those right now watching us on Bingo Live. Sorry, 70 people watching us on Bingo Live. And shout out to those right now watching us on TikTok. Shout out to those watching us on X, Rumble, Kick, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram. Thank you guys so very much. Each and every time we go live, you guys, first thing first, I tune in, I hit that like button, I hit the love button, and also y'all comment in the chat. We really do greatly appreciate you. Shout out to also No Chaser, who was also in the building. Guys, it's so very important that you go to KL Culture Radio description, and also on top of the chat, that's where we have the KL Culture Radio store. That's where we have the t-shirt, the coffee mug, you name it. All in the KL Culture Radio store is on top of the chat, and also is in the description. So make sure you hit it, and some of you guys may see a little icon with a coffee mug there. Click on it. It leads you guys right over to the KL Culture Radio merch. Guys, it's also very important to go to KL Culture Radio post. That's where we leave important information on like the next, like when we're gonna go live, like us hitting 1 million raw views. Shout out to that. I can't say that enough, because like 1 million people seen our content. That is amazing. We don't understand. That's like a small little community. KL Culture Radio got our own community. That's dope.
Yeah.
Shout out to those also watching us on Reddit. Reddit, we got our own community there too. In Reddit too, we got like 600 people follow us on Reddit, which is good. Shout out to that. I gotta give a shout out to that. KL Culture Radio is becoming the biggest thing on the planet. Also on the community post, that's where President King book Black Love and also Raising King is out now. Is one of his albums out now, and his second album is about to get ready to drop when December 12th.
12th. Yeah.
Guys, we've been working nonstop, and we're gonna continue to work nonstop because we're gonna be the biggest thing on the planet. Like always, thank you for tuning in to KL Culture Radio. Enjoy your Wednesday. We over and out.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.